Hi, welcome. I'm Mary Marinville, and it's December, and I'm very excited to be here with Alex Flores at the Santa Paula High School. How are you, Alex?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Now, what is your title here at Santa Paula High School?
I am the FFA advisor, agriculture teacher, and the academy coordinator for the high school.
You sound busy.
It's very busy. We have like 3 programs into one. Aside from the community service, the farm that we have, but always busy, always busy.
Okay, now what does FFA stand for?
The FFA stands for Future Farmers of America, and back in the mid-90s, they changed the name officially to the National FFA Organization because farmers was such a negative connotation.
Really?
And so they saw that the numbers were dropping. So as soon as we changed the name, the official name, the FFA, we started getting those numbers back up.
Recruits of students.
Because farmers weren't cool, so when we try to incorporate more science, technology, engineering, mechanics more into the program, we started getting more kids back into the program.
Okay. Now here at Santa Paula High School, is it an elective?
Yes and no. My freshman class, it is a CTE elective, Career Technical Education elective, but my sophomore, junior, seniors counts for, as well as a CTE elective and a G elective for A through G to get into a university.
Okay. Well, I know that you are very active and engaged in the local community, especially the agricultural community. And you've got such a great attitude and rapport with the students. Now, what got you interested in this organization? How did you get so involved in agriculture?
Well, in high school, I was involved in my ag program, high school agriculture program, and I was involved in the FFA. I raised animals as projects. My first project was 200 laying hens, which I collected the eggs daily and sold them to customers. And when I graduated,
how old are you?
High school.
Okay.
So I was a freshman when I took over the project.
15, about 15?
15. And then I graduated high school and I went to Cal Poly. And my major was initially animal science, and figured that wasn't the direction that I wanted to go to. And I worked well with kids, so towards the middle, I switched my major into ag education.
In your sophomore, junior year?
Yep.
Great. And then you started here at Santa Paula High School how long ago?
I started in 2003. It was my first year at Santa Paula, but previous I started in Gonzales in Monterey County in 2000.
Okay. Now, what are your main projects that the FFA is responsible for during the school year? Because I know one of them is the livestock auction at the Ventura County Fair.
Yep.
So tell us more about that and tell us about some of your other projects they're involved in.
Well, believe it or not, when we get to the school farm, we don't have an on-campus farm or agriculture facility. What you see is what we get here compared to other programs that have an on-campus ag facility, whether they have a greenhouse, a growing area. So I try to get agriculture to kids. So whether we go on field trips, the poinsettias that we just had, this is counted as a project. So kids that were able to sell 6 or more poinsettias, they were able to put down as ours. It was unpaid, but they were able to market the plants, find customers, and deliver the plants.
So this was your holiday fundraiser?
This would be fundraiser / project. Even though they didn't grow them, again, they're going out, meeting people, getting them sold, customer service.
Which takes responsibility. You're
Right.
teaching these students about responsibility and service, as well as passing on your agricultural knowledge to them as well. So talk to us more about some of your other projects.
We've also have in the back in our bins, we had fruit bins that we would grow tomatoes out of the bins. We do apple grafting. We do various other on-class labs. We just got done planting 2,000 cuttings of succulents. When we go out to the school farm, you'll be able to see those.
Great.
We just got done building a little mini hoop greenhouse for the plants as well. And then the animals are the big project because we have about 50 or 60 kids with those animal projects.
So you teach them about animal husbandry in
Yep.
the classroom,
Yep.
and then this is actually, which is so important these days, is you're applying that knowledge out in the field with
Right.
actual animals, lambs, all different kinds of animals. So
Right.
talk to us a little bit more about that.
So with the animals, the kids have to be responsible for purchasing the animal, purchasing the feed, cleaning, feeding, every day, weekends, holidays, breaks, summers. So that's one of the big projects, and it's not just anyone that gets to do it. It's usually students that are participating. We have a GPA minimum 2.0. They have to have be
Great.
passing other classes to get an animal. They have to participate, community service. They have to attend our meetings. They have to fill out an application, get parent approval, and then I do the final approval with the animals.
Okay,
So
so
it's-
these kids are 110% dedicated.
Yep.
Once they sign their name,
Yep.
they have to be dedicated, and you really hold them to that
Yes.
dedication.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work for me because
I
have
know
to
it is because I never can get a hold of you.
Well, you got to supervise them, and when the animals get sick, the kids don't really know what to do, so we have to go out there, whether we give them medication, oral medication, vaccinations. We got to work on it. Sometimes we got to take them to the vet. Sometimes the animals don't make it, so we got to look for another one. So it's a process.
And how many kids do you have at your program here at Santa Paula?
We
High school?
fluctuate at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
We have 1,700 kids and about 130 to 140 in the program.
Okay, that's a
Fluctuates.
lot.
Mhm.
And how many total in the program in Ventura County? Because I know that there's other high schools like
Yes.
Camarillo that have. Do you know how
Um,
many? Is it around the same amount?
Well, Camarillo, Fillmore, and Ventura have 2 ag teachers. Carp and Santa Paula have 1 ag teacher. So you double the enrollment for what I have for them. Probably about close to 1,000 kids in the
Okay.
programs.
So any other projects that you want to talk to the audience about besides the?
The community service, those are counted as projects. We're working now with the community, whether it's the Citrus Festival, the Balloon Festival that's gone on in the past. We do a lot of volunteer with the Ag Museum. My seniors do internships, so they go out and they work with local ag businesses and
Wonderful.
they develop some employability skills, learn how to show up on time, follow instructions. Not even though they're focused in ag area, they're trying to develop some employability skills.
Okay, and I also have firsthand experience working with the FFA students and with Alex because your team volunteered for the 3rd annual Farm
SeeAg.
Day for
Yep.
the barbecue,
Yep.
and they did a great job. So thank you very much.
welcome.
They are great volunteers and very responsible. And I also really noticed, and I really want to emphasize this, I loved their attitude. They
They're
each
great
had
kids.
a great attitude.
They want to help, and they want to, a lot of kids, it's not the typical classroom, and so when even like our low performing kids will show up, which you probably wouldn't have noticed, but they go out, they help, they want to help in the community, and that's where it sets them apart because really they might be struggling in the class a little bit, but they're really good kids and they want to help.
Good.
So,
Well, I was so impressed that I invited you and FFA to participate in our next fundraiser, which is going to be at Camarillo Ranch on Sunday, April 17th. So I'm really looking forward to working with you again. And before we leave the classroom and go out to your farm, which I
Sure.
really can't
Yes,
wait to
yes.
see, is there anything else you want to talk about as far as the high school side of things goes before we go out to the new
Sure.
farm location?
And again, there's kids here that have an interest in agriculture. Some just have that interest, don't really have an interest in their future. But it's just, typical every day. I have kids that struggle. It's not a perfect day every day. I wish my kids would act the way they do when they're at your events. But I go through the same struggles as other teachers. So it's good for them to be able to work outside the class and you really get to know them. I get to have them all 4 years, which is pretty special, and they get to know me, and I get to know them, get to know their families. So I'm pretty fortunate to be here.
Do you know what percentage of students that you do have enrolled in the program, how many of them go off to a agricultural college? Do you have any idea?
For example, this year we have 32 seniors, and of those 32 seniors, about 8 of them are going to go into a major in agriculture.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
Is that a good number for you? Would
that
you like
is, I mean, it's been higher a little bit in past years, but you know, kids, again, it depends what their interests are. Some of them know right ahead, right when they enter the program, that's what they want to do. Some of them change their mind, which is kind of neat. You kind of see that. But that's been, I mean, they still continue to apply to college. They continue in community college or four-year university, which that's a positive, that they want to continue their education and further themselves.
Yeah. So this is great. They're learning about agriculture. They're increasing their knowledge. They're learning to respect each other and animals. They're learning to get involved in their community with community service. And that's wonderful. And you're spearheading the whole effort. So thank you for all the work you do.
You're welcome.
And let's now go off to see the new location. Does this location have a name yet?
No, not yet. We're still calling it the Stewart Ranch Farm, but we're working on it.
Okay. And where is it located?
It's located in the Oaks, which is about 5 minutes east of here.
Okay, well, let's go to Stewart Ranch at the Oaks and see your new agricultural education center.
Sounds good.
Now I'm here with Alex at the new home of the Agricultural Learning Center, the future home.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about this area. First of all, it's absolutely stunning back here. It's gorgeous. But tell us about the size of the area and what we can expect and timing and...
Sure. Well, this was Stewart Ranch, owned by Dr. Stewart. He's a dentist in town. And you know, we bought it back in 2 years ago. It was an exchange of land between Limonera and the Santa Paula Unified School District. We have 29 acres. We have about 17 acres planted of Lisbon lemon on the property. But it's going to be home to the livestock. We're going to have a cattle barn, a goat, sheep barn, a pig barn. We're going to have an equipment barn as a welcome center at the entrance on Maple. We're going to have to remove some trees, but we're hoping to replant. We want to have a greenhouse. We want to have a growing area. So it's going to be a top-notch agriculture learning center, not just for the high school, but for all schools in our district.
And for nonprofits too.
That's right. So we want to have workshops. We want to have, you know, we want to invite other kids. We want to partner up with different businesses and organizations. So we definitely want to do that.
Okay, great. You must be thrilled.
It's overwhelming at times. Right now we have 2 farms, believe it or not. At our old school farm, we still have our livestock facility that's active. So we have to be able to take care of that. And the farm right now, it's being managed by Sespe Farm Management. So they're taking care of the orchard. But again, eventually having kids partner up with the farm manager, helping with the orchard, developing some enterprise projects and other project ideas.
So in the next few months, you'll be breaking ground with removing the trees and...
Well, the timeline is going to be approved in January. February is kind of like the groundbreaking. We want to have a groundbreaking ceremony for sure. We are going to remove about 140 trees, but we'll be able to replant along the levee as well. So we'll be able to replace those trees.
Well, we definitely hope you invite SeeAg to the groundbreaking.
Definitely, I will.
And this is very exciting. And if anybody wants to learn more about FFA or the Santa Paula FFA or how to donate to your organization, what is the website they should go to?
Well, they can either... We don't have a website other than our high school website at sphs.net, but you can always contact me through the email or contact the high school and you can get a hold of me.
Okay, anything else you want to talk to the audience about?
Well, definitely we started using the property We have about 2,000 plants growing in a little portable greenhouse right there. We're going to be picking the oranges actually here. I was just talking to the farm manager, and we're going to be picking the oranges and do like a farm to school for the high school.
Wonderful.
And Bedell, because Bedell School is right next to us.
So you'll be giving them the oranges
Yep.
for their salad bar and for their
Yep.
lunches.
Yep.
Wonderful.
And we plan on doing some workshops, having some citrus, either food science or healthy eating with them as well.
Okay, very important.
Very
In
important.
addition to all the agricultural knowledge that you're passing on, eating
Yes.
healthy is
Yep.
also important.
Nutrition's important. We're trying to add another agriculture teacher here in the next year as well. We got a huge grant to start an ag business pathway, so we are preparing for that. So there's going to be 2 of us, hopefully, and that's going to be pretty exciting because we're going to be able to offer more, be able to again provide some of those workshops, field trips, and be able to do a lot more for community.
Well, Alex, I'm so happy for you because I know that this is personally important to you.
Yes.
And you must feel very blessed to be at the right place at the right time. There's so many positive,
Yes.
Things happening while you're, the advisor of FFA. And so congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to bringing students out here
Yes,
in
definitely.
the
We can
future.
coordinate that.
And
Yep.
we can coordinate that.
Yep.
So thank you, and we'll see you next month.